guys are awesome. I love it. It's great. The globe, the James Bond theme in the background, the Sigma girls, the Alpha girls. Oh, it's so exhilarating. Makes me excited. Makes me just want to talk about the Sigma and the Alpha, but yet not in the common light, the common world manner, but the militia. Yes, Sabuko said it. The militia. Not just the Team 6 people, or the people that let's go train and sit at a campfire with a guitar and a candle and hope and pray they can save the world, and let alone they can't save themselves. The real militia. The United States military. The National Guard. The State Guard. The common citizen. The prepared patriot. Yeah, the militia. I don't know. Everyone has that cliche. Well, I watched the Democratic news and they're the enemy. Well, so are you, dum-dum. Because you're getting the false information. Wrong-o. Those that are in society are self-sustaining militia for themselves, their family, their community. The alphas, the sigmas. Alpha, sigma, the term. We have to sit down. We have to ponder this. It's pop psychology. That's what it is. Pop psychology. Simplistic, but there is truth to it. The archetypes. Males and females describing each other. And we'll get into the archetype here a little bit later in the show. But it's an archetype. A developmental feature. It's not a scientifically proven valid personality, but it is argumentative. It's recognizable. And we're going to talk about that tonight, so that we all have a firm, yes, a firm understanding of what we're seeing and hearing. The primary difference of a Sigma Alpha, the big wolf pack fight, the hierarchy, the social interaction, the differences. Alphas seek dominance with the hierarchy. Top of the food chain. Gotta seek it, gotta be there. While a Sigma is completely different. Operate confidently outside of the hierarchy, but yet recognizing it. There's no need for the glory glamour ball. I like that, guys. The disco ball, the flashing lights, the prizes, to the victor be the spoils. Sigmas do not operate that way. Period. Case closed. Not. Can't close the case without examining the case. Sigmas, alphas, the dynamics. Let's describe it. It describes a comparison between two male personalities, archetypes. Were the alphas traditional? The dominant leaders who thrived on social hierarchy, validation? Historically, yes. Look at those that wanted the power of seat. Mussolini. Ooh, Hitler. Did you know Hitler started out as a poet and an artist? The only reason he rose to fame is because he could sprechen Sie Deutsch and sway the people. Yes, and German and Hebrew. Well, for those of you who need a history lesson. Yeah, Hitler was fluent in Hebrew. That's the Hebrew Jewish heritage. Yeah, so the archetypes, the movers, the shakers, the male personality. In tradition, dominant leaders who thrive in social hierarchies, validation, approval, while the Sigma is an independent, somewhat introverted, one would say a lone wolf that operates outside of the hierarchy, but yet can still move and mingle in the hierarchy, blend in, be part of the hierarchy, the maker and the mover and the shaker. But the alpha gets the credit. Much like a bad boss, right? Who's had a bad boss that took your credit? Took your credit for all that you did. Everything and all the work you completed. Success of the mission, success of the business, the job. It's a comparison. The Sigma is seen as an alternative to the Alpha. A person who doesn't need social approval and can succeed without seeking a leadership or hierarchy position. Unlike the alpha, gotta be the one in the seat, the one in the suit, the one in the office with the mirrors and the window view. Sigma doesn't need that. It's success-driven. It's self-driven. No one's going to do it for you. So the Sigma chooses to do it for self. And for the hierarchy, the chain, the people, the community, the leadership position without social approval. It's success without social approval. It's success in seeking a desired end result without leadership position approval as well, not needing the alpha. The alpha social status. What shall we see here? The alpha social status. Number 1, 4 little indicative behaviors of the alpha. The head wolf, the head hairy guy, the one with the teeth that will bite into you when you do not recognize the hierarchy. Social status seeks a position at the top of the social hierarchy and is often the center of attention. Anyone know that Biff, that Bob, that Charlie that walk into a bar, a nightclub, a restaurant, the Christmas party, the Halloween party, the Turkey Day party, the family reunion, the business meeting, upstairs in the 20th floor with all the other alphas. Seek the center of attention. The flashy, the verbiage, the hair gel, the cool glasses with the sparkly crap. Yeah. Even though they may be successful at the job, may have the merit for the position, they've already got it, but they seek more. The alpha wants as much as the alpha can sink its fangs into for self-glory, gloating upon oneself. But yet the end of the alpha's self-recognition shall soon come to an end one day. Leadership. Alphas lead, of course. Leads, commands the group through dominance and charisma. Anybody know that cool guy? Everybody loves the cool guy. In the military, law enforcement, the militia, society, state guard, national guard. Do you know the cool guy? The charismatic person? The charismatic senior NCO? The charismatic captain? How about the charismatic member of the community that wants to be the one that tells everybody what they shoulda, coulda, did if I was you, do? It's the alpha. The one that wants that recognition. Shows up at the meetings, the town hall meetings. You shall hear thine voice. It's a freaking alpha. Validation relies on social validation to feel adequate, to feel wanted. Self-drive, self-worth has to have the recognition handed to them on a silver plate. The alpha, the eyes, the ears of the people. The alpha is the person who needs that approval to succeed. If not, it's recognized as failure in oneself. One alpha shall see themselves as a failure. Remember, second place is first what? Loser. That then becomes the alpha's place. There's nothing there. The behavior now has changed. An alpha's behavior can be more impulsive. Yes, impulse. Like a cat. Has to be in the kitchen. Gets up, has to be in the living room. Has to go outside to take a poop. Has to poop outside of the cat litter box because you didn't change it. Yeah, you definitely didn't change yours. Yeah. Behavior. Short-term gain. That's what it is, to maintain a position. Just enough to get that social status, that image, to stay in the seat of hierarchy, power, control. The leadership, the validation. I will do what I have to for the validation, for the position, so that I can keep that position. The Sigma. Simple stuff. The social status of the sigma, much like the alpha, operates outside of the social hierarchy, and as stated before is often viewed as the lone wolf. The sigma, really no need for the social media, really no need for the pictures on Facebook, TikTok, chickadee chat, whatever the heck you're on. The sigma has no need for that. It's success driven. It's not the validation portion of society that the sigma seeks. Leadership is there also, as this alpha has, but it's completely different. It's like black and white, sugar and sweet, with a little bit of sour. Leadership, capable leadership that prefers to work independently, as stated before. Doesn't need a handheld, doesn't need a partner for validation, doesn't need the celebrative task day. You completed your job. Well, it was your job. Why are you celebrating me? Do I deserve a cookie or a medal? It's the task at hand. Hey, look at me. I'm the alpha. The sigma has not ever pondered that. If it's a real sigma, validation is not needed. So all of these supervisors that you work with, these bosses that want the recognition, yeah, they're alphas. They're not sigmas. They're seekers, much like a leech. Leaders, as sigmas, can work independently, nor do they seek the command of others, the aid of others. Will a sigma ask? Of course. Will a sigma allow one to join? Of course. If the same goal is the desired end result. Sigma's in validation. No need for it. No need for external validation. Hey, Bob, look at that good job. We saw you. You're the man. No need. No need for the motivation. No need for the push for self-confidence. It's already there within. It's been developed. True mentorship, true leadership. Develop the sigma that can perform alone. So think about this. The title of the show. The difference in personalities. And the militia. Military, law enforcement, civilian militia, state guard, national guard, the community, protective. Heck, it goes across the board. The behavior of the sigma in all of it can be more calculating, more detailed, more independent, and detached from social gains. Yes, tomfoolery, shenanigans. No time for it. Business at hand, task, function. The alpha. We'll go play. We'll jump in the social game, the social limelight. Anyone ever see the Facebook game? The Facebook hee-haw? The Facebook challenge of who's the top dog? Look at my picture for the day. Look at me and my success for the moment. See how long it lasts. The alpha personality. You know, that's always good when you have to figure out the personality of one person. And there's supposed to be a leader, a hierarchy, a mentor. The alphas are traditionally seen as the leader of the pack. Yeah, kind of like the old stupid song. The wolf, the top dog. A person is often extroverted, out there in the open. The mouth, the shining star, the one that desires the attention. The extrovert. In the world. Man of society. Man of conversation. Kind of like Dos Equis' most interesting man in the world, right? It's got to be the alpha beer. But it's German. Yeah, it's German beer. German taste, German manufacturers. So it's a false alpha. Commands attention. I am the alpha. Thine shall recognize me. I am that man. I am the number one, the hierarchy, the one in the chain that you answer to. You are my subordinate. Behavior in the social setting. That's what it is. The laugh, the giggle, but yet you're still under the thumb of the alpha. The behavior in social settings, it's natural. Take charge, lead the conversation. because it's comfortable. It's a I'm used to behavior, the alpha. You allow me to come in and shape your conversations. Become the C in your A-B discussion. But yet when I come in as the C, I am now the A, because I've taken the discussion as the alpha, because I seek the limelight. I seek the spotlight. I seek the attention through behavior, and I need your validation to recognize me as a leader, as the alpha in the social status, because I must display confidence. Yes, confidence. Yeah. Excludes high, but yet over-avert self-assurance. Over-avert. Just kind of overbearing, but the self-assurance is there, but it's really not cognitively arguable as to why the self-assurance was developed. We demand for self-assurance? Was it handed to you in a silver cup? Or did you earn it? Did you develop it? The alpha self-worth is often tied to the social status of society. Without social status and recognition, validation, where did the alpha get the title alpha from? It's non-existent, so the personality is malnourished. It cannot develop. Validation, achieving external benchmarks for success, so to say. The benchmark is validation from society to community, friends about them, neighbors, peers, acquaintances, business partners, entrepreneurs, practitioners that are working alongside of the alpha. The relationships of the alpha can be charismatic, attractive to others, the power person, but perceived as the dominant but yet also overbearing. That is a descriptor of the alpha. Dominant, overbearing. Yes, kind of like your angry dog that likes to poop and pee in your floor. It's their floor. The dog's floor. The canine owns it, the dominant area. That's the alpha in your house. Your relationship has to be charismatic. You love your dog, the cute puppy. Even though he took a big ruddy poop in your floor, you still like the dog. Not in the moment, though. Motivation of the alpha. Driven by a desire for success, power, and prestige. Done. That is it. Look at me. Look at how great I am. It's like the acolytes on TV. Look at me. The ones in social media, the ones on YouTube. The tattoos, the Ripley muscles, the stupid hairdos, the gel, the little accents of how one is jealous of me because I'm the alpha. You're a freaking foreign crackhead. You gotta put it out there on the freaking internet just so the world would watch it. It's not an alpha. That's called a desire for confidence, a desire for validation. A characteristic of an alpha, but not a true alpha. Motivation. Alphas are driven by success, power, often competitive. Yes, competitive. Anybody know someone that's like just insane competitive? Will compete over everything and anything. Kind of the personality trait of an alpha. Sigma personalities. The Sigma is known as the loner, the one that still gets the job done without the recognition of the hierarchy. The person shares the confidence of the alpha at the same time. The same level of confidence that was gained, sustained, earned, developed. But the alpha prefers independence and operates inside. The Sigma operates outside of the social norms. Kind of like one would compare it to the gray man principle. Still getting the mission and the task done, but operates outside of a social acceptance level, something that is not a social setting. Behaviors in social settings for the Sigma, much like the alpha, often introverted, keeps to themselves, but yet still successful. Personal tasks, business tasks, entrepreneur tasks, even charismatic interaction. Observing rather than dominating every conversation. The eyes, the ears, the ability to blend and into the environment and not be seen while thine is blending. The alpha must be seen, heard. Look at me, I'm the bull in the china shop. The sigma can achieve the same thing, but yet be the introvert and not seek attention, not seek the success story of your here now, the life of the gathering, the life of the party. But the sigma would prefer a little bit more smaller meaning in the interactions because they're personal, they're more direct. Confidence. The confidence in the sigma, it's possessively quiet. It's there, but it's not boasted on. It's not put out there like a cheap novel. Yeah, those cheap books. Self-assured, confident that one is internally driven, internally derived, internally developed, because mentorship and leadership has developed the sigma. No need for the attention in order to complete a specific task, in order to be successful. One can still be successful without eyes on one. It's kind of like the core value of integrity, doing what one is supposed to be doing while no one is looking. What are you looking at? Yeah, what the hell are you doing over there? Put that down. God, we're trying to do a show here. The sigma does not need the validation, nor the desire for social interaction from others. The confident, the possession of quiet, assured ability. No party to recognize that, is there? Relationships, often seen as mysterious, under the curtain in the veil of the smoke. Enigmatic, attracts the interest of others, but yet, no one really pays attention hard enough to ask, because everybody's on the alpha. The eyes and the ears on the alpha. The enigmatic interest, the loyalty, the value of the deep, authentic connection is the sigma. The alpha just seeks society's approval, seeks the attention from society for self-gain, self-worth, self-relevance. The sigma's motivation, simply driven by personal freedom, self-improvement. The life, living it on the sigma's terms, not the hierarchy of the alpha's terms. The sigma's goals are often more introspective and less about external status, external social wellness, external social development, social greatness. What does the chat say? Alphas are weak, they need validation. Well, that would be what their confidence level is. Validation. Personal social settings, the relationships that develop one's confidence level, need or no need for validation. The core. What are the core differences? One would argue human beings are what they are in the core. The core differences of the sigma versus the alpha. The features. Simply, you have to see the rule of feature, and the rule is a feature. But in order to get to the rule of the feature, one must understand the difference of all the features. First, the hierarchy. The alpha operates within the hierarchy and seeks to dominate the social hierarchy. Doesn't matter what it is. As we stated before, the militia, the military, law enforcement, State Guard, National Guard, Air National Guard, Army National Guard, Marine Corps Reserve, the militia, the fighting force, the people of power. Then the citizens' militia, the hierarchy of it. The alpha seeks it. Look at me. I'm the one. I'm the one. Anyone know the one during an event that can't keep their freaking mouth shut? That's the alpha. The one that can't shut the up. That's the seek for relevance. That is the seek for attention. Versus the sigma in the hierarchy. Lives and operates outside of the traditional social side of the hierarchy. Even in leadership positions. Things are happening in the hierarchy, but the sigma's in and out. Doesn't need the validation. The alpha's there. Has to have the word in. Has to control the event. Leadership is a feature. The alpha leads overtly by taking charge and being the center of captive attention of everyone. We're not talking about the person who's performing the training, the instructor, the lecturer, the one that has the knowledge, the one that's sharing it. We're talking about the one that seeks it, wants everybody to see them as the spectacle of greatness that thine should pay attention to. Taking charge of it, the center, the alpha. Subvert examples, in and out, often respected for competence and independence rather than position of authority. Who cares about the position of authority? Everyone has a position of authority. Self-worth, self-relevance. The alpha manipulates it. The sigma sees it. Now, I know what everyone's thinking. Well, Sabuko's anti-alpha. Sabuko's not anti-alpha, not anti-sigma, nor anti-anything, nor pro-sigma, nor pro-alpha. It's what it is. Are you alpha or are you sigma? Or are you lying to yourself and going to choose neither one? Because you're going to have to try to choose something. Or are you submissive? Because remember, the title of this show is the behaviors and the personalities. But it's the alpha and the sigma as it applies to the militia. It's the way it works. Where's your cojones at? Where are the clinkers? Validation for the alpha. Often seeks and relies on social validation. We know that. We need the thumbs up. We need to go get it, guy. That's it. That's how you do it, Bob. Bob's the man. Look at Bob. Everybody look at Bob. Watch Bob. Let's be like Bob. Social recognition. More society's validation. The sigma. It's self-reliant. Does not require the external validation or the words to feel confident because performance is there. The social life of the alpha. Big parties. Enjoy it. I gotta get invited. Am I on the list? Why am I not on the list, crayons? Why? I'm the alpha. I'm the big dog of the pack. The sigma. Lone wolf. Don't need to be there. Doesn't need the party. Doesn't need the event. Solitude. Chooses small, close circles. Close, small circles of events to spend the energy on. Not to waste time with the alpha's sought-out power. Yeah, the large power group. Now we get to the rules that we talked about. The alpha. Often seen as the one who makes and enforces the rule from the top of the hierarchy. The man. The enforcer, the one that issues the punishment, not necessarily physically, but is the one in charge of the orders, subvertly, for subordinates to obey. What does the chat say? You won't come to New York. Who won't come to New York? You as in Ute or you as in Alpha Sigma? The rules. The alpha, top of the hierarchy, is power. The word of the hierarchy is self-relevance. The word of the hierarchy is social relevance, social recognition. The sigma, simply nonconformist, plays by single rules, the sigma's own rules, resists sociological norms, societal norms, what's outside of normal practice of society. So is the sigma the one that one should follow? Or is the loose, charismatic success story of the sigma the one that the people should follow? It's a questionable argument, but it depends on the institution. The institution. What would the institution be? The government? The militia? The school? The church? The nightclub, the social gathering event in the neighborhood. It's kind of like that guy that's got a Who is that jackhat that's coming on Friday? Yeah, that other guy with the red, white, blue flag. Man, I thought it was against the law to wear the U.S. flag on your face or as a body. Oh, okay, yeah, I got you. Okay, yeah, we won't go there. Wait, yeah, it's don't wanna piss off the Alpha Sigma Alpha, whatever the hell that guy is. Yeah, Halloween show my whatever Chucky. Important considerations. Back to the topic. Sigmas and alphas. Important considerations of both. Gotta remember A, B, and C, and apply it to both alphas and sigmas. Both alphas and sigmas are archetypes. And we're going to talk about archetypes here in a minute. I know you've heard that word and you're like, Sabuka, what is an archetype? Is it an architect that develops beautiful... No, it's not an architect. They're both archetypes, based on sometimes what society would say to be outdated and discredited research. But you have to do your own research to argue these. Is it really validated by research, or is it validated by observation and personal interaction, personal carriage, personal goal? Who knows? That's up for you to decide. Basically the wolf pack dynamic for both. It's kind of like you have your dogs at the house and one's the pack leader. It's kind of like having a bunch of dogs and you have a bunch of male dogs and they have one bitch. Yes, a female dog, a bitch. And the female dog is the queen of the pack. The dogs are the militia, the canine militia, but the one bitch is the leader. Why? It's the female in the pack, the head. Much like the dominant male of the males, but the female runs the pack. The dominant male is the dominant male over the male canines. Humans have complex personalities, detailed, in-depth, hippocampus, TBI, limbic system, episodic memory recall, trauma, life experience, developmental experience, juvenile, teen, adult, and experience in the militia that changes your mind, lets you see the archetype of an alpha, the archetype of a sigma, to determine who is the one that is suited for place. Flawed framework, that is what that is. Potential for harm. Society has an interpretation that both are potential for high incidence of interpretations of archetype promotions of negative behavior. Negative behavior. One would say that it's a political view too. Democrat, Republican, left, right, view, good, positive, the media, opinions about the militia. Yeah, that's how it works there. The negative behavior. Where does the negative behavior come from? Well, if you're the black, not fucking around coalition with the jackass that got arrested and sent to prison, but you're black, you're okay. That guy was an alpha. That guy wasn't a sigma. He was an alpha all day long. You can give us the state of Texas. Didn't he say that? Direct. That's an alpha. I need the validation. I ran for president. I didn't make it. I ran for this office. I didn't make it. Now I got a bunch of people to buy some cheap garbage airsoft gear and airsoft guns and fake shit and shoot each other and march on the street in black clothing because we're all black so we can look spooky in black now. I'm an alpha. Failure. Demanded. Social interaction. Interviews. TV. Media. Words. But one day you little piece of folded metal and swipe a federal agent and everything goes to poop. Alpha days are done. Anyway, that was a funny day. Whew, it made me feel warm and fuzzy. Watch that jackass just fold to nothing. Yeah, the potential for harm. Yeah, stuff like that. They can also glamorize loneliness too. Isolation. Both. Kind of like the Not fucking around coalition, in prison, isolation, loneliness, being traded for a pack of cigarettes or given a dress. You never know. Hope it was an alpha dress with big flowers and direction signs. Yeah, Sabuko said it. Focus on individual traits. Yeah, for both of them. Now, in the world of the DSM, the shitty version, DSM-5, not the DSM-3s, DSM-4, skip, crucify, destruct, anyway. The world of psychology, psychological, analyze, interpretation, evaluation, psychologist success. Psychologist's success of focus of understanding both the alpha and the sigma is focusing on individual traits like confidence, empathy, ambition, rather than self-limitations, while others view it as a rigid framework. The alpha has to be this way. The sigma has to be this way. It's unscientific, junk science, no scientific label. Ultimately, scientific buffoonery, but yet the behavior is still there in society. Name one thing Sabuko has said tonight that is not true. Some of you know these people. Some of you are close to these people. Some of you have been affected by these people. Some of you wish for one to go and wish for one to stay and wish for the alpha to go or the alpha to stay or the sigma to go or the sigma to stay, or you're really unsure of what it is. Well, you shouldn't be unsure after tonight, should you? You should know something. Look at you. Getting learned. Yeah, the important considerations. The features of the consideration. We're not talking about the physical or facial features. We're talking about the features of behavior. Alpha and sigma. The male. The military. The army. The police department. Dominant figures in society. The community. The neighborhood. The city council. The mayor's race. And the militia. Wherever you're at. The dominant social status. The alpha has to be on top, the hierarchy leader. Sigma operates outside of the social norm. The leadership, alpha, dominant, assertive. Leader who often seeks the public leadership role. I want it, vote for me. Put that money in my war chest so that I can be the one in the seat to tell you what to do. My decision, you shall. Sigma can be a leader but prefers to work independently. Not seeking the spotlight, doesn't want the attention, but still makes the world shake and move. Social interactions, motivation and behavior. Extroverted, the social interaction. Out there, the man of the town, sparklies. Kind of like the opening of the show. That was a cool freaking hit, guy, you know, with the little globe and the little dancing James Bond girls and the disco music. Who saw that? It was pretty cool. I liked it. Good job, good job. We'll keep you around. Yeah. No, you were fired a long time ago. God. You know people watch the show and keep up with this and you're still here. You know, I'm not talking to you. That was a good job with the disco ball and girl. Just go away. Both of you. Back to the leadership. Alphas, assertive dominant. Sigmas do not seek the spotlight. Social interaction. Alphas, extroverted, introverted for sigmas, but yet both success stories. Motivation for the alpha. Seeks the social validation for motivation. Strong desire for power status. The sigma, driven by internal values, not social values or social validation. Has no value, has no meaning. And the behavior is as it is. Alphas are rule followers too. Sigmas play by singular self-rule. Just the end of the term for what it is. So one would ask, looking through emails here about this topic, One would ask, is one better than the other? What is the best, the sigma and the alpha? Based on what you know, based on what you've experienced, based on this little bit you've heard here on ACM Live with your host Sabuka. Complementary roles. That is what both sigmas and alphas play. Hate to break it off into everybody that, oh, I'm pro this, I'm pro that, I like this, I like that, I like the alpha, I like the sigma, delta. Shut your cake hole. Both can coexist in the same social group and be complementary to each other. Yeah, sorry to punch a hole in your rubber rafts. Every one of you do it every day as an alpha or sigma in society. Or you're a conformist, or a knee taker, or a sub, or pacifist. Which one do you want to be? Sabuko's calling it out and asking. That's your choice. But they're both complementary to each other. The alpha can motivate the group with direction. Under right mentorship and leadership, the skill, the push, the drive, direction. While the sigma can provide the unique perspective of thinking outside of the box, under the alpha's guidance and direction and assertive push. But you still need the sigma as the mentor while the leader is working. So hopefully that would make sense to everybody, the complementary mold. Working together. Now I know. I heard you, Sabuko, you were talking more positive or negative about one or the other at specific moments. Oh no. Giving you the direct information is not choosing a side. Complementary roles is. Both can complement. Both together can focus on individual growth or group dynamic growth. Instead of trying to conform to a specific type of growth, individuals should focus on developing their own single natural skill as an alpha and as a sigma, and build meaningful connections. Think of the connection of task-driven. Does one want to be instructed by someone who's only learned through a book? Or does one want to be instructed by someone who has learned through a book and has years of experience? You would have to make your choice. Hands-on. Focusing on individual growth. Both can complement each other. The authenticity key. Authenticity is key. Realism, not being fake. Trying to act like the specific archetype fails. Now we get into that big word. What is the archetype? Just got an email. What is an archetype? Why are you talking about archetype? I'm not talking about an architect that builds a damn building or designs one. Archetype. An original model. The sigma, the alpha, the originals of a specific function, specific organization, specific practitionership. The alpha and the sigma. It's kind of like peanut butter and jelly. Pepper and salt. The alpha, the sigma. It's your choice. But it also refers to a universal pattern of thought or behavior, particularly in psychological and literature. What is your favorite novel? What is your favorite book? Is it an alpha-driven book? A sigma-driven book? Is the main character an alpha? Is the main character a sigma? What drove you to read the book? To be able to tell people, look at me, I'm the alpha, I read the book. Praise me. None of you read it. You were too lazy. You just went to go see the movie. The sigma has no need to tell anybody about what they read. They just read it for self-growth. Even though the alpha experienced self-growth, but the alpha had to tell everyone, I read the book in order to experience self-growth. Two different things. It's your choice. What is the attractor, the alpha or the sigma? Out there in the real world, law enforcement, Marine Corps, Navy, Army, National Guard, Sheriff's Department, Police, FBI, Alphabet Soup, corrupt agencies. Or the Militia! Which one? You gotta make your own choice here. What are you gonna be? But the authenticity key goes deeper than just the perfect model of development. The authenticity key is built for one thing: to impress non-counterproductivity. To push it. Everything has to be productive. The leaders in the Sigmas have to push non-productivity, counter it, in order to make the ultimate achievement, the success of the people, the success of society, the success of the organization. Ultimately, being yourself is the most attractive approach, one would say. But everyone has that feature. Everyone has that construct trait of the Sigma and of the Alpha. Everyone has that level of confidence, that level of hierarchy recognition, socialization, tending to be the extrovert out there, tending to be the introvert, the leadership. How about the ambition? Anyone ever thought of the magical A word, ambition? Driven by external achievement, the pursuit of power, status, ambition to be the alpha, the eyes. Look at me, I'm here. That's ambition. Sigma, self-motivation, personal achievement, fulfillment. No need for the external validation of look at me and look at my ambition. The attitudes, non-conforming, conforming, recognizing, not recognizing, outside of the role. What does the chat say? Sigma will get the team to thrive. Why would you say that? Can the Alpha get the team to thrive? What is the difference? It's a direct statement without a direct source. Gotta have the direct source. It's kind of like the interactions with other types. You gotta source it. Alphas can feel threatened by Sigmas. Yes. Disregard for the hierarchy. Oh, the Sigma's not recognizing my power, my authority. But the Sigma may come across as cold and intimidating to Alphas, especially if the Alphas are inexperienced. Don't have the same experience as a Sigma. So the Alphas need the recognition. Look at me. Oh, somebody's dissing me, putting me down. Oh, my feelings are hurt as the Alpha. But what about the communication? No one thinks about that. The Alpha, loud and vocal, sharing thoughts and ideas with the other. Somebody else, come listen to me, my ideas. They're the top of the food chain because I know I'm in the hierarchy. Sigmas, same thing. But yet, when it's given, it's quiet. It's over. It's a one-time shot. It's not a repetitive alpha push like a hungry dog in the pack, the alpha. It continuously has to fight everyone. One-time shot for the Sigma. Speaking, something that has to be said is important and it's said, regardless of the vocal range. But not the alpha. It's continuous. It's a push. It's a thrive. It's the repetitive general order over and over. Sometimes so much that it's annoying. Yeah. Anybody know anybody like that? Just can't shut their pie hole. You know what they want done, and you know how to do it. But they will not shut their mouth long enough because they have to be the alpha. And what about the Sigma? The one that came across cold to you because you didn't have the experience, and you got your feelings hurt. And then you sought social empathy. Had to be recognized by somebody so that you could build your self-worth and your self-esteem back up again. Because a Sigma cut it down. Because you allowed it. Because you fell prey to the Alpha. And you also fell prey to the Sigma. You didn't fall prey and recognize that there's a recovery, the complementary role, how to use it, the focus on individual growth and the authentic key of the archetype and the development of the personalities. Blood agent. That's a good one. That's a good one. Security force 3%. Blood agent. Yeah. More like drink, get cops called, arrested agent, and bond agent, and I need a lawyer and a specific agent to help me with this, and beat up a kid, need another help with another agent of agent of agent. Yeah, you guys know how it works. Makes my head hurt. God, the world's insane. Yes. So, alphas and sigmas, a fast breakdown. This is not intended to change your life. This is not intended to make you go look in the mirror and cry because you discovered you're not what you thought you were. Or you thought you were one, but you're really the other. It's so that you can recognize the behavioral texts, the features, the traits, the introvert, the extrovert, so that you can see it when you look at yourself in the mirror. So that when you send Sabuko the angry email, thank you, I appreciate it. I love it. It assures me that you woke up and looked in the mirror. And you listened. That's what it's all about. The ACM. American, crazy, mother, whatever you want to call it. American collective of moms that raise alphas and sigmas. You never know. The ACM is what you want it to be. Can be anything. Alphas and sigmas, personality, differences. Now you know Halloween's coming. In a few days, kiddos. Just a few days. So make sure, just make sure everything's good to go. Make sure the world is safe. And let's make sure on Halloween night, we're actually doing something cool. We're actually gonna go in, sit down by the spooky fire, and then we're going to, let me see, watch this right here. This guy, the Halloween show for ACM Live. It's safe for the kiddies. Maybe. No. Yeah, so show up on Friday. Show up on Friday. If you're not scared.